Women have the power to transform this world. We can end crime and violence if we all agree to do one thing: share. Let's share our wisdom, share our time, share our talents, share our finances, but most of all, let's share our love. This is the Female Solution. Join me, Naima Latif, every morning, 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. Central Standard Time, as we bring you stimulating discussions about the issues affecting our lives. If you're listening online at www.blogtalkradio.com/the-female-solution, press the blue button that says follow and get our daily topics every morning directly to your email and your smartphone. Hi, I'm Naima Latif, Executive Producer of the Female Solution Radio Show. We invite you to call in 515-605-9325 and participate in this daily think tank as we examine the challenges we face and develop solutions that restore peace and harmony. We are global transformers, changing the world from the way it is to the way it should be. We are one. Wherever we live on this earth, we are one human family. On behalf of our team of radio hosts, I'd like to extend a greeting to all the members of our family, whenever and wherever you may be listening around the world. To our family in China, Ni Hao. In India, Namaste. In Japan, Konnichiwa. In Korea, Annyeonghaseyo. In Russia, Здравствуйте. In Germany, Guten Tag. In Poland, Dzień dobry. In France, Bonjour. In Spain, Hola. In Italy, Ciao. In Egypt, Ahlan wa sahlan. In Ghana, Akwaba. In Nigeria, Peleo. In South Africa, Sawubona. In Senegal, Nangadef. In Kenya, Jambo. In Israel, Shalom. In Pakistan, Afghanistan, and Saudi Arabia, Assalamu alaikum. Greetings, and may peace be upon you all.
Is Monday morning a struggle to get out of bed, into the swing of things? Well, don't worry, you are not alone. Join us for thought-provoking, stimulating, and mindful conversations on higher learning with Zelda Speaks for your Monday morning mindfulness session on Blog Talk Radio, The Female Solution, Mondays, 7:30 until 9 a.m. Be sure and send your ideas, thoughts, comments, and suggestions. Experience mindfulness moments with the mindfulness/stress relief coach, Zelda Speaks. And thanks for sharing the mindfulness moment tip of the day. Stay on purpose, stay empowered, and stay tuned to your next session of mindfulness on higher learning with Zelda Speaks. Make it a mindful day. And thanks for listening.
So now let's speak to the independent writers and publishers and even producers, because that's the world we're in these days. More often than not, your first books will go through some independent process. So I would say be gentle with yourself. Now, if you or someone viewing is, if they're driven, comes to business, but in regular life, I'm just so chill. But I would encourage you to be gentle with yourself. Treat your desire to write, treat your relationship with words kindly. And if you, I never say writer's block. I tend to hear people say that again are the writers who have been professional writers for a stretch of time, and so they are under deadlines and so. But I would say for independent artists, it is okay to create timelines. And if you're truly just working for yourself and have no other reason to pressure yourself, then if it's not flowing, then just move your timeline. You say, okay, all right, thank you, all right. Words, okay, I need this to come together, but you know what? Let me put this aside for a day or so. Let me come back to it, and then see what happens. tell you something else that I just recently found out about. I had no idea how many writers retreats and fellowships are residencies are available. Yeah, there's various websites out for writers. I've applied for a couple of them. I ain't gotten none of them yet, but I did apply. But the fact that there are people and organizations who really recognize that for many times a creator, a a one who embodies the creative spirit has to go away from the madness, from the the rituals of life to write.
About environment. Yes.
Yes.
If you just tuned in, you are listening to a lovely lady that I've had the honor and pleasure and privilege of being in a conversation with. It's Miss Jazzy Rita Shelby. And she sings a song so beautifully, you can just feel it in your bones when she sings it. Standing Strong.
I am standing on the backs and shoulders of the ones who've come before me. I am shining.
I want to go back to, you talked about listening, hearing, and writing. In those very particular hours, I learned studying Islam. In the wee hours of the morning, like between 3:30 and 4:30, those are referred to as the power hours. And when there's calm in the world, there's peace in the world, people are just going to bed or just waking up, there's a stream of evenness, for lack of a better word. And that allows the creative juices to flow. So the fact that you are aware of that lets me know that you are right on target when talking about everything you said, really, but listening, hearing, and writing, because we think in this environment that we sit in that we're supposed to sit down, open up the computer, or as Iyanla Van Zant and myself, we still do pen and paper. You think it's supposed to come and flow like that, and that's not how the spirit works. That's not how the ancestors work. They work on according to the what's the word I'm looking for?
The energy of
energy. That's exactly what I'm looking for. Okay. Yes. And you've got to be quiet and listen and get still to hear that energy. And everything is really cool at 3:30, 4:30 in the morning. So those are the best times. You are right on target. So if you are listening, just joining us this morning, you need to go to YouTube and hear this song, but I'm going to play it for you in just a moment. Standing Strong, standing on the shoulders. And last night, I don't know, you probably didn't hear it, but please go back and hear it sometime. blogtalkradio.com, Soul Purpose Healing. Okay. My sister of the microphone, we're on 7 days a week on the Blog Talk Radio platform, and now we're on another platform called Pixely. So please go and register. Pixeoly, Pixely.com. This site was designed by a fellow journalist, D. Daniels of the War Woman News, and she says it is like a combination of Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and it's all in one website. So please go to Pixely, Pixeoly, Pixely.com. It is imperative that we recognize the shoulders that we stand on. And last night during the course of the conversation, her show was on Chadwick
Bozeman, who made his transition. And I love the way Viata breaks it down. It's just like, he's not gone too soon. He came, did his work. We think it's too soon because we think you're supposed to live to 90. Not everybody lives to 90 or 100. You do what you've been destined to do, your purpose, your passion, in whatever amount of time, because in the blinking of an eye, you can be gone. But the fact that Chadwick Boseman was not only an actor, he, like you, was a writer. And many people did not know that. And Denzel Washington paid for his education to be the ancestor that he is today. He's made his mark. He's gone on. He showed the world. Black Panther, Wakanda for life. Wakanda forever.
Forever.
James Brown, Jackie Robinson, all the movies that he made, and that he was standing on the shoulders of the ancestors. And you, Rita, are making the ancestors happy this morning, because you are saluting the work, the trials, the tribulation, the death, the despair, the anger, the pain. You are bringing all of that to light. And today the ancestors are happy.
Oh, thank you.
Well, and the work that you do.
Thank you so much, Queen Zelda. I'm going to show you something that I was able to reach for without having to stand up.
Okay.
You mentioned Iyanla, and this is one of the pictures that I have on top of my desk.
Goodness, I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yes. So I see okay, I don't know how clear it was because it looks like my virtual background is kicking in. I don't know what's wrong.
Send me that JPEG too, and I'll put it in the for the show. Send me that. Just take a picture of it and send it to me via phone.
Fantastic.
Or
okay.
email, yeah. And I'll edit that in.
Better.
Remind me, because I have a tendency not to remember everything.
Yep, that's kind of happening a little bit on this side of town too.
So I just wanted to mention, I had the honor and privilege of interviewing Iyanla Vanzant before I even got here on the Blog Talk channel. My background is in radio, and at the time, I think I was working at WGCI in Chicago, and I had friends at WVON, and they had a women's forum going on, and Iyanla was the keynote speaker, and everybody was all over her. She was hot. She's hot now, but she was, just coming into herself. She'd been herself all the time. We were just.
Oh, no, but I know the era that you're speaking of. Yeah, that was, I think, that was in the early 90s?
Yes, I wanted to say early 90s. I wanted to say
that. Yeah, between like 91 and 94. Yeah, so let's talk about hearing and listening and trusting. So
yes,
I want to speak to, I want to speak to creativity, the spirit of creativity. The old folks said, honey, you got to learn how to make do. Okay.
Okay.
But just trust. Everything around us is threatening.
Yes.
To shake our foundation. Yes. Now I live in California, Los Angeles, so sometimes our foundations shake for real.
Literally, yes.
That's another story.
Right.
I want to just tell the story even about this picture with Miss Iyanla Vanzant. So that was in my office at that little bumper sticker radio scope. For many years, I was on Lee Bailey's radio scope. And so we have radio in common. And for 15 years, I was on the Tom Joyner Morning Show, but nobody knew that was me. That's
Girl, stop.
Yeah. So, but here's the point. I had written a little book. My first two little books, they were poorly self-published, but I did it anyway. The one little book was called The Nature of a True Diva, and it was just some comical sayings and a few sketches in there. It's not that I come up with a diva about divas. And the other book is Dictation, Plays, Poems, and Monologues for African Americans. Well, Iyanla had a television show on that Barbara Walters had produced. Shortly after she'd been on Oprah, she had her own TV show. And I wanted to be on Miss Vanzant's TV show when I had my little book. I tried everything I could. I'm like, oh, I want to be on a UC Young show, and so it didn't happen. And Spirit was like, oh, don't worry about that. Just chill. Trust me. Well, Miss Iyanla's first TV show came and went. I was still hosting and the chief journalist for Lee Bailey's Radio Scope. And instead of me getting to Iyanla, they brought Iyanla to me.
Oh,
This was in my office, and this was the full interview was the two of us. And so I say that to just encourage. Sometimes it can look like something has missed you, passed you by, like it's way too big. But if you listen, the Spirit will say, wait a minute, come away. I will bring the very thing that you've been chasing to you. So I say that with grace and humility.
Say that again.
Yeah,
Somebody
if you
didn't hear you.
trust me, listen to me, I will bring the very thing that you've been chasing to you. Yeah. So that for those who don't know, Radioscope was a front runner in Black syndicated radio. It was like the Entertainment Tonight of Black radio. And then not only that, before it was fashionable for Black stars to be covered in mainstream media, let alone mainstream entertainment shows, Lee Bailey created this program that at one point was on in 150 United States stations. And then a little known fact is that Radioscope, the short version of Radioscope, was on in 57 countries on my show, on the Rita Shelby show for Armed Forces Radio from 1990 to 1997. It's a little history there.
Wow.
Yeah, my government name is Rita Shelby, and my music name is Jazzy Rita Shelby.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. We have so much in common. I'm listening to you talking about the radio and Tennessee and the old school and Big Mama. I was like, oh, see, that's why Spirit had me call you.
Yeah, but let's talk about Spirit, because the song Standing Strong brought us together today, and I'm very happy for that. And then when you see the video, and the music is also available on iHeartRadio, on Amazon Music, and Google Play, and of course on YouTube. But the words, the lyrics, you often hear, we're standing on strong backs and shoulders, strong backs and shoulders. You always hear it. And most of the time when you hear it, it is when we are standing up, when we should have been broken. We are moving forward when we should have stopped and turned around. We are embodying courage when our pain and anxiety should have overtaken us, but yet we are standing strong. And when you hear these words, you are hearing them from somebody who is mindful enough to know. Now, I don't know if they're thinking of Harriet Tubman or Marcus Garvey, or if they're thinking of Hannibal, or if they're thinking of Frederick Douglass, or any of the known characters from history. I don't know if they're thinking of Big Mama or Uncle John or Aunt Mabel or Miss Sassy Faye, because back in the day the names were quite clever and creative.
Yes.
I don't know, but they are mindful enough to know that no matter what we are facing in this moment, someone has come before us to physically carry us over, to mentally condition us, to spiritually fortify us, to give us the audacity to face this time and what we're going through in this day with strength and grace and dignity.
Who did George Floyd call on when they had his knee on his neck? His mom.
Yes.
So at this moment, at this space, and in this time, we give thanks.